Mabuhay pageant fans! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hey Adam G, how are you all guys doing? So guys, have you all made up your minds about your final top picks for Miss Universe Philippines yet? Ako guys, I'm still finalizing my thoughts about it. But for the meantime, let's talk about my favorites for the preliminary interviews first before I reveal my final top picks for MUP this coming Saturday. Guys, sa totoo lang, I am just surprised how MUP made this round more exciting by making this interview portion live for a change. For sure, majority of the candidates were stunned to learn about this as there would be no edit and we would get to see how these women will perform right away. But to be fair, guys, all the girls really delivered. They all spoke well. Walang cringe or YouTube moment tayo makikita. And everyone was just ready for the kill. There were so many candidates who really impressed me with their interview skills. So it was just a matter of ranking them how they were able to substantiate their answers with their eloquence, ease, and confidence. So which girls stood out here? Well, here are my top picks. At number 12 is Celeste Cortesi from Pasay City. Despite the technical glitch she encountered during the interview, I still have to give it to Celeste for maintaining her composure and poise in handling this. Actually guys, my ranking of her here is very subjective as we did not get to hear majority of her answers. But if you notice her body language and aura here, she seemed to have done so well in this interview as she was smiling and was at ease articulating herself in front of the judges. But given how she has shown so much improvement in her past interviews for this pageant, I really believe Celeste deserves a spot in all our lists for this round. At number 11 is AJ Jahapor from Lucena City. I really love AJ's turn here in this interview as I never thought she is this confident and eloquent in answering questions. She did not stutter and buckle, kita nyo, at all guys, and maintained her composure all throughout. Maybe it helps that she is a singer by profession as she is so used to this kind of situation where she's always in front of the cameras na nakikita mo naman na she was so at ease in front of the cameras. But more than that, I just love how she was so inspiring with her answers. I am really happy a lot of people are seeing her merits now as a candidate. At number 10 is Idol May Sanchez from Bulacan. Idol, sa totoo lang guys, is such a pleasant surprise here in this run as she was so conversational with her answers here. It's really amazing how MUP keeps throwing them personality questions for us to get to know more about these girls. And for Idol, it's only now that I was able to discover how she lived or grown up abroad, so that explains her fluency in English and how she has a cool mom by her side. Actually guys, kung narinig nyo, diba, her answers were very heartfelt and inspiring, especially with her answer about what advice she could give to a young woman to become more socially aware. And she answered self-love and shared so many personal experiences about it. Para lang guys siyang nakikipagkwentuhan sa atin. You can't help but smile all throughout her interview. And now we go to my 9th spot and I'm giving it to Dorothy Hemilan from Iloilo City. Dorothy never fails to amaze me with her communication skills and she did it again with her interview portion here. Guys, diba? She's only 21 years old but it feels like she has achieved so much in her life as I did not know she had already published a book on top of her being a nursing student and art designer. However, what strikes me most about Dorothy is that she has an open mind about encouraging open discussions about breaking stigmas about women's issues. And even though she talks about intellectual topics, she always never forgets to smile at the end of her answers. Very congenial. Well done, Dorothy. At number 8 is Sashi Chiesa from Lapu-Lapu City. Just like Ideal, I am really impressed with the way Sashi conducted herself here in this interview as she showcased her true authentic self. I just love how she injected so much of her life experiences in those 5 questions that were asked of her. I love how her answers here are very relatable, personable, natural, and full of substance. I especially love her answer about women empowerment, where she encouraged educators to include female diagrams in med books. When she was, kasi nga may medical background siya before, as she rallies us around women's health and education for this very specific question. Guys, sa totoo lang, hearing her answers in this interview makes me feel like I really want to hang out with her and get to know more her after this competition. Ganun siya ka-impactful dito sa interview na ito. At number 7 is Chantal Schmidt from Cebu City. There is something new I discovered from Chantal after this interview. When she resorts pala to giggling or laughter, it means she's nervous. She's camouflaging her nervousness. And having this said, I think she was able to control it to still come out with a great interview. Her answers here were all relatable and sensible, especially when she said that we should finally normalize conversations about depression and how we should heal on our own terms. That's really stunning, diba? For a 21-year-old to speak like that. And you know, one thing I like about Chantal when answering questions is that she has this great tendency to emphasize words that may seem to be key phrases in coming out with her statements. Like, napansin niyo pa nagsalita siya, we need to make a stand. Or, a lot of that is secondary. Or, a lot of that is not prioritized. Diba? Na may na-emphasize niya yung mga words na yon. And I love it because whether you are a judge or as part of the audience, it suddenly pulls you to listen. She easily grabs our attention. So, yeah, that's her magic in Q&A. And number 6 on my list is Michelle D from Makati City. There's no doubt that Michelle can speak, and if there's one thing this interview proves is that she is unscripted, contrary to what her critics are portraying her to be. And this is why I get why she aced Miss World before. It's because when she talks, it's very simple and easy to understand, yet still commands so much attention with her luminous presence. Napansin nyo sa interview, yun nga lang guys, kung napansin nyo yung interview, she started great but somehow became nervous in the middle and suddenly became incoherent with some of her answers towards the end, which was quite surprising knowing she has been in the public eye for so long. Maybe it's just really the nerves that got into her that time, but despite that, I really have to commend Michelle for sounding relatable as she talked about her family and looking so on point with her styling. She really commanded our attention the moment she stepped in the room. And now we go to my top 5, and number 5 on my list is Annabelle McDonald from Miss Samis Oriental. Guys, first sentence pa lang ni Annabelle, napaka-dramatic na. Abandoned at the age of 15, impoverished at a young age. Wow, what a way to open your interview. I really can see this girl talaga as a great spokesperson as she does not flinch with her words at all. You can tell that this woman is really deep and well-read, and it really resonates with her choice of words. She can really talk with her eyes closed talaga, guys, and I just love how she breams with so much substance as she engages us on global issues and self-awareness. So if this woman will not win Miss Universe Philippines this coming Saturday, then I see her working as an ambassador someday. She is this academically good. And now we go to my 4th spot, and I'm giving it to Vanessa Caro from Iloilo Province. There's no doubt that Vanessa slayed her interview yesterday with her grace, eloquence, and smarts coupled with her voice modulation and diction. You can really feel Vanessa wants to win this title as she came across very serious and professional. Napansin nyo? It came to one point where I can hear Catriona out of her just because she was just brimming with so much eloquence. If there is one thing to nitpick lang, I hope she could let her, hair down for a change just so we could really relate more with her or gravitate towards her, because she was really that serious all throughout her interview. And now we go to my top 3, and number 3 on my list is Johnny Nietzsche Arsenia from Davao del Norte. Oh my gosh, guys, this girl, wala masabi, this girl really has spark, and it was so evident in this interview. Not only was she beautifully styled in this interview, but she gave very strong and sensible answers to every question that she was asked. I am just absolutely speechless. And tipong I liken her performance here to Rabia's interview performance 2 years ago. Natandaan nyo? At ang voice tone niya dito is something that is so easy to listen to. Everything was just natural and effortless. This is really my kind of interview. Very charming. And now we go to my runner-up of my list, and I'm giving it to Joya Sobier from Albay. I think by now we all expected her to slay this round, and she came doing it in MUP again. What I love about Julia right now is that despite how she is such an overachiever, she still manages to sound relatable by sharing her life experiences, whether she is around the world and by using words that are so easy to understand. And if you listen to her whole interview, it feels like her thought process is so fluid there by making her answers all the more very conversant, making the flow of the questions being asked of her more organic as she answers them one by one with so much sincerity. So she's that one girl who was able to hit both eloquence and relatability combined. This girl could really be a great spokesperson for any organization she will work for someday. But my best overall speaker goes to Pauline Amelix from Bohol! I think we can all agree in unison, guys, that Pauline is walking away as the winner for this round for being so natural and conversant in this interview. She really gave us a good interview, and just like Joya, I had already expected her to win this round, but I never expected this kind of Pauline to blow us away because of how she threw everything to the wind, through how she threw caution to the wind for a change by showcasing her true self and personality. Grabe guys, for the longest time we have always thought of Pauline as very meek and reserved, but this interview totally changed everything. That she can rose to the occasion when it matters the most. That fart reply totally caught me off guard and made us so laugh, and even Sir Voltaire. I did not know that she has this funny side all along, and it was very, very refreshing. But more than that, guys, I just love how Pauline was so quick-witted, relatable, and on point with all her answers, especially with her Lazada answer where she encouraged Lazada to be more environmentally friendly with their packages. I thought that was a well thought out answer. So, well done, Pauline. Galing mo dito. So there you go, guys. What do you think about my list? Does this list match yours? Well, guys, eto na. Feel free to share your opinion down below at titignan ko kung pareho tayo ng top picks natin for this round. Alright guys, MUP Finals na this coming Saturday, and I know you've all been waiting for my thoughts about the girls' prelims on stage performances last night, but I'm reserving it for my final top picks on my next content. Alright guys, until my next video, bye!